It's the house that Rupp built, and it's where dreams come true for both college and high school basketball athletes. I'm Christi Thomas with the UK Sports Network, and welcome inside historic Rupp Arena, where we are going to announce the 2024 candidates for Mr. and Miss Kentucky basketball. It's a big day for the state of Kentucky and for a lot of high school seniors, as we're about to unveil who those people are and have a big celebration planned for them in March. In just a few short weeks, though, this court will be taken over by high school hoops as the boys and girls Sweet 16 tournaments will happen right here. In the meantime, we want to tell you about two organizations that are responsible for this award, and those are the Kentucky Association of Basketball Coaches and the Kentucky Lions Eye Foundation. So we want to find out about the award, we want to find out about the night and the event, and we want to tell you how you can be involved in that. So joining me now is the Executive Director of the Kentucky Lions Eye Foundation, Lindy Lamkin. Lindy, I say this every year, I'll say it again. I cannot believe it's time for this.
I know, right? It feels like just yesterday we were here and ready to celebrate those great athletes last year, and we're excited that the time has come. It's really an awesome time of year, so we appreciate your support again very much.
Well, I'm thrilled to be a part of it. As a former high school basketball player in the state of Kentucky, this certainly means an awful lot to me. So we're going to find out about the candidates here in just a little bit, but we need to know about how to get to the event, and there are plenty of ways that you can be involved even if you don't go. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, so we are excited to be hosting the event at the Griffin Gate Marriott again here in Lexington, March 17th. So make sure your calendars are marked. It might be St. Patrick's Day, but it really is going to be focused on high school basketball here in the great state of Kentucky. We will have an in-person event there where we have a limited number of tickets, which we do anticipate a sellout, but we will also have our virtual viewing option as well. So for folks that might have family across the country or even internationally, we do have virtual viewing options as well. And we're hosting an auction in conjunction with the event to help raise proceeds, and really just trying to make it a great night for the candidates, their families, their teammates, celebrating their great accomplishments on and off the court and raising funds for our organization. We are a nonprofit organization doing great work in the state of Kentucky to provide vision services. So through education, detection, prevention, treatment, and empowerment, we enable increased quality of life for those in need, and specifically we offer financial support and vision screening programs. And so this is our biggest fundraising event of the year. It's obviously a very special time for our organization and, like you said, Kentucky, folks from across the state, but we're grateful for the partnership to highlight these deserving athletes and to raise funds to help provide our free vision screening programs and all of our services that we do each year.
So you guys do a wonderful job. I can tell you it is a sellout. I've done it for several years now and partnered with you guys. It is a sellout, so it's a great crowd that shows up at the Marriott Griffin Gate. We had a great response online the last couple of years for that, and the online auction is awesome. You guys have some really cool items to bid on.
Yes, we are grateful for the generosity of many of our supporters who donate items, many businesses donating sports memorabilia, might have passes to different family fun outings and attractions, and that really is fun. It's for a week. The auction is open, and so even people that aren't interested or able to come to the event can support through purchasing an item. A lot of them go for a great deal. So that will be opening on Monday, March 11th at 8 a.m. Eastern, and it will conclude during our event, but you don't have to be present at the event to bid and to win items. So we will promote that heavily, but you'll have a week to get your bids in and purchase some great items. And again, all the proceeds from this event go to help fund our mission. And so we really appreciate the support. But yes, the auction is a fun extension of our event, and there's definitely some bidding wars sometimes. You may not know, you and I could be bidding against each other, but in the end, it's all for a great cause. So what better way to support our organization than through that, even if you're at the event or if you're not.
Tell folks how to get tickets.
Tickets are available now. You have 2 weeks from today to purchase tickets to our in-person event. You can go to mrandmisskybasketball.com. You can purchase individual tickets. We also sell tables of 10 if you'd like to sit together with folks. You can also learn more about the event, the history of the event, past candidates and winners, see pictures and get excited for the in-person event. But we also have, ever since COVID, offered virtual tickets. And so I mentioned that. And so if you have Grandma Sue out in Colorado who wants to watch, if she's got her grandson or daughter that's a candidate, we sell for $25. You can purchase a virtual ticket to view from one device. You can also purchase a digital download if you want to keep that in your child's memory book. So lots of different ways to support the event from near and far. But I really do want to promote that the in-person event, we do have capacity. The Griffin Gate Marriott, right? There's only so many people we'd love to have everybody, but it's the largest venue we've found in our area. And so we do anticipate a sellout. So get your tickets early. I can't push that enough. So you've got 2 weeks from today. Tickets are only available in person until March 8th, but those virtual tickets, you have until the 13th to purchase those. And so we just ask everybody to get in early so we can make sure we are able to accommodate everyone that's interested.
Well, before I let you go, too, I have to say you can also check out your social media page. You have a great Facebook page, and you put a lot of the information on there as well, too. So be sure to check out the Facebook page. But thank you so much, and thank you for the great work that you're doing in the state of Kentucky.
Thank you. We couldn't do it without our generosity of supporters, and we appreciate partners like you, the KABC, really everyone. It's a group effort to bring this event together and really celebrate these student athletes and their families. What a tremendous accomplishment. And you think about what's going to happen, like you said, here in a few weeks. It's really exciting. And that night, the energy is great. You've been in that room, the buzz, it's awesome. So if you can be there in person, I would highly encourage you. It's a great experience. Supporting a great cause, what better way to have fun and to celebrate some tremendous athletes.
Thank you, Lindy. And you mentioned those sponsors, so we want to tell you about who they are right now. We want to say big thank you to them. Community Trust Bank, the Louisville Downtown Lions Club, Donate Life Kentucky, Wyatt Tarrant and Combs, Republic Bank, Jostens, LFUCG, Prep Spin, Adventures Promotions, Audio Visual Techniques, and the Kentucky Association of Basketball Coaches. And boy, my timing's impeccable. I'm right on time. I've got Scott Chalk here with the KABC, and this is a great partnership between you and the Lions Eye Foundation in order to find not just the candidates for Mr. or Miss Basketball, but help with voting and that sort of thing. Also, the All-Star game that you guys have going on. So tell us a little bit about the criteria. Who gets to be Mr. or Miss Kentucky Basketball? Because I think sometimes a lot of folks are a little confused about who maybe that can be, and they think, there was somebody else that they thought should have been nominated. But tell us how that nomination process works.
Okay. Yeah. The first thing is that it's for seniors only, right. And that's one thing that gets confusing. You might have a person who's one of the best players in the state, but he's only a junior, so he can't win it yet. So it's for seniors, and we've worked with the Lions Club for years. Obviously, it's the most historic All-Star game in the history of the country right now. It's the oldest, so we're excited about that. But the Lions Club does a great job. We've been with them for a long time. We really like doing it. The candidates are, first they have nominations where media, head coaches from around the state, also former Mr. and Miss Basketballs can vote and nominate people basically for the award. And so along with the voting of our over 1,000 members of coaches, of girls and boys basketball coaches, they get to vote on the Player of the Year candidates. And so we take that and combine it with the highest nominee getters, and we come up with our list of the nominees for Mr. and Miss Basketball. It's one from each region. Sometimes it's a couple from each region because there's ties. But we basically kind of get together and get that all done after we get the voting done. So the voting is basically coaches, media, and former Mr. and Miss Basketball players that kind of decide that. And then once we have it, then they get to vote. The ballot comes out shortly, and they get to vote on who Mr. Basketball and Miss Basketball is going to be. So it's going to be exciting.
It's an awesome event, I know. So tell us a little bit about then how that parlays and translates into the All-Star game, because what a great event that is.
Yeah, I mean, from that point, obviously we have a committee that's made up basically of former coaches and people that have done the All-Star game before, and they help select the candidates that will become the Kentucky All-Star boys team and the Kentucky All-Star girls team to play against Indiana. June 7th, we have the game here in Kentucky on a Friday night against Indiana, and then we go up there and play June 8th against Indiana in their place. So it's an exciting event, and it's a kind of a unique All-Star game, different than a lot of the newer ones. So something different, and I think it's a kind of a special thing to be a Kentucky All-Star. But more importantly, it's just a special thing to be a nominee
Absolutely.
for Kentucky Mr. Basketball and Kentucky Miss Basketball. That's something that you'll never forget, and I think that's why it's so great. I love the banquet that we do. It's such a big deal now, and that it's just a special night.
So, and also, too, it's not just that they're a candidate, but they are considered the KABC Regional Player of the Year, which I think is also very important to note.
And those players will all receive their award
at
Rupp Arena during the state tournament, the girls and boys state tournament. So that's there's a lot of specialness about this, and they really get 2 or 3 weeks worth of, it's just an exciting time to know that you've been a candidate, to get recognized at Rupp Arena, to go to the banquet. So, I mean, it's really it's a neat thing. Other states don't do it this way, and it's really special.
So to go back to that All-Star game then, too, I have to say what's really cool about that is that the Mr. Basketball winner and the Miss Basketball winner get to wear that special #1 jersey.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool, too.
Exactly. They wear #1, represent the state of Kentucky, and we think that's a special thing, and it's a memory that, you just can't replace. I mean, it's something else. You go play college, you maybe even play pro, but only one time can you be representing your state playing. It's almost like being in the Olympics. So, I mean, it's a neat thing.
And your organization you don't just do this. So talk about the KABC and really kind of what your year-long mission is.
Well, awarding is a big big thing for us. We try to recognize coaches. We try to support coaches, and in turn supporting the players, obviously, by doing that. So we're an organization that supports coaches, girls and boys basketball coaches throughout the state and college also. But mostly we're trying to promote high school basketball, protect the game of high school basketball, and really help coaches do what they can do, which is provide experiences for all athletes, whether they're the greatest player and they can go to UK or play pro, or they're just a regular high school player who plays a great high school career and goes on to have a regular life after that, maybe never playing sports again, but they've enjoyed high school basketball. And so we want to support those coaches that make sacrifices and dig in every day to help these kids and provide those opportunities. So that's really what we're about.
Well, I think that's what another thing that I love so much about the banquet is we aren't just awarding Mr. and Miss Basketball, but there are other awards that are given out that night for athletes who are not candidates for Mr. and Miss Basketball.
Yeah, and those awards are great. They're very special.
Yes.
You know, you can see all those online for the Lions Club, and they really do a great job of really putting a lot into developing the criteria to get those awards. A lot of people apply for them, so they're really special. I mean, they're once in a lifetime things. You can't do it at any other time in your life. So being a senior in Kentucky and a high school basketball player, it's a special opportunity.
Well, we've enjoyed talking to you. Thank you so much for all the work you do. We really appreciate it. We appreciate your partnership with the Kentucky Lions Eye Foundation and all that you do for the All-Star Game. I can tell, again, I mentioned it earlier, as an athlete who played high school basketball, I know now. I think I have to get a little older and be a little removed from it to know how important it is what you all do. But it certainly is, and we appreciate it very much. So I think we better get to it. What do you think?
We appreciate you. We should.
Yes, we should. All right, let's get to it then. Here are the announcements for the 2024 Mr. and Miss Basketball of Kentucky. Region 1 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Claire Johnson from McCracken County. As a point guard, she's been averaging 23 points and 4 rebounds per game for the Lady Mustangs. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 2 is Shia Forte, a guard for Hopkinsville, averaging 14 points and 12 boards per game this season. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 3 is Haley Johnson, Owensboro Catholic, who's averaging 16 points and shooting 80% from the foul line for the Lady Aces this season. Region 4 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Barron County's Abigail Varney. As a guard, she's averaging 17 points and pulling down 6 rebounds per game. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year out of Region 5 is Dee Bradley from Hart County. Dee is averaging 30 points per game for the Lady Raiders this season and is the #1 girl shooter in the state. Region 6 co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Mariah Knight from Butler Traditional High School. Mariah leads her Bearettes in scoring, averaging 15 points per game and shooting 85% from the charity stripe. Region 6 co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Ramaya White, also from Butler Traditional. A 6'5" center, Ramaya currently leads her team with 7.5 rebounds per game. Co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 7 is Reagan Bender from Sacred Heart Academy. Wearing jersey number 21 for the Valkyries, Reagan averages 13 points and 3 rebounds a game. Co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 7 is Destiny Jones, a power forward at Louisville Central High School. She averages nearly 24 points and 12 rebounds per game. Region 8 and KABC Player of the Year is Ella Morrison, a guard for the South Oldham Lady Dragons. She's averaging 17 points a game and nearly 7 rebounds. Co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 9 is Quinn Eubank from Ryle High School. She's averaging 16 points per game for the Lady Raiders this season and shooting 77% from the charity stripe. Co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 9 is Julia Hunt from Covington Holy Cross. She's averaging 14 points and 8 rebounds per game this season. Region 10 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Montgomery County's Hayden Barrier. Barrier is averaging 19 points and 4 rebounds per game this season. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year out of Region 11 is Ayanna Darrington, a guard from Frederick Douglass. Darrington is averaging 16 points per game and 11 rebounds this season. Region 12 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Anna Drakeford, a guard for the Mercer County Titans. Anna is currently ranked 4th amongst the top scoring leaders in Kentucky, averaging 26 points per game this season. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 13 is Ella Karst, a point guard at Harlan County. Ella is currently ranked 3rd in the state, averaging 28 points per game this season. Region 14 co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Owsley County's Carly Smith. She's averaging 16 points per game and shooting 87% from the charity stripe. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year in Region 15 is Trinity Rowe from Pikeville High School. Wearing the number 11 jersey, Trinity leads her team in scoring, averaging 17 points per game and hitting 89% of her free throws. Region 16 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Shaylin Steele, a guard for the Russell Red Devils. Shaylin leads her team in scoring and rebounding with 22 points and 6 boards per game. Congratulations to the 2024 Miss Basketball candidates and all of the KABC Regional Players of the Year. Now here are the candidates for the 2024 Mr. Kentucky Basketball. Region 1 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Connor Miller, a guard at McCracken County. He's averaging 18 points and 6 rebounds per game for the Mustangs this season. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 2 is Lyon County's Travis Perry. Perry is the leading scorer in Kentucky high school boys basketball history with over 5,000 career points. This season, he's averaging 30 points per game and shooting 82% from the free throw line. Region 3 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Elijah Decker from Ohio County. He leads his team in scoring, averaging 20 points per game for the Eagles. Co-candidate and Region 4 KABC Player of the Year is Mason Ritter from Bowling Green. He's averaging 15 points per game and pulling down 9 boards this season. Co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year out of Region 4 is Cade Unseld from Warren Central, who helped lead his Dragons to the KHSAA Boys State Championship last season. This season, Cade is averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds per game during the team's near-perfect season this year. Co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 5 is Brett Decker from Central Hardin. Decker is averaging 22 points per game and shooting 81% from the charity stripe for the Bruins this season. Co-candidate and Region 5 KABC Player of the Year is Elizabethtown's Aiden Evans. He leads the Panthers in scoring and rebounding, averaging 17 points and 10 boards per game. Region 6 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Dayton Williams from Butler Traditional High School. Dayton averages 20 points and 8 rebounds per game. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 7 is Kelron House from Seneca High School. House is averaging 27 points per game and shooting 80% from the charity stripe for the Red Hawks this season. Region 8 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Oldham County's Max Green. He is currently the leading scorer in Kentucky basketball this season, averaging an impressive 33 points per game. Co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 9 is Caden Miller from Covington Catholic. He's averaging 16 points and 11 rebounds per game for the Colonels this season. Co-candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 9 is Nathan Vinson from Highlands. Vinson is averaging 18 points and shooting 82% from the charity stripe for the Bluebirds. Region 10 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Kylan Henson, a forward at Augusta High School. Henson is averaging 21 points and 7 rebounds per game for the Panthers this season. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 11 is Lexington Catholic's Tyler Doyle. He's averaging 17 points per game and shooting 81% from the free throw line for the Knights. Region 12 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Ben Godby, a guard at Somerset High School. Wearing jersey number 3 for the Briar Jumpers, Godby is averaging 20 points and 7 rebounds per game. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 13 is Trent Noah from Harlan County. Noah leads the 2024 class of candidates, shooting an impressive 90% from the free throw line and is averaging 30 points and 10 rebounds per game. Region 14 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Peyton Dixon from Letcher County Central. Dixon leads the 2024 class of candidates, posting 15 rebounds per game, while also averaging 20 points per game and shooting 80% from the charity stripe. Candidate and KABC Player of the Year for Region 15 is Magoffin County's Aiden Barnett. He's averaging an impressive 30 points per game for the Hornets this season. Region 16 candidate and KABC Player of the Year is Adam Hargett from the Fleming County Panthers. He's averaging 17 points per game and shooting 80% from the free throw line this season. A big congratulations to our boys and girls candidates and KABC Players of the Year. A reminder, you only have 2 weeks to be sure to get those tickets so that you can join us at the Marriott Griffin Gate on March 17th at 5:30. We sure hope to see you there. And if not, make sure that you participate in the online auction. All of the money going to the Kentucky Lions Eye Foundation for certainly a very good cause. Or you can join us and watch online, which we would certainly love for you to do that as well too. You can watch for updates on the Facebook page as well as online on our website as well too. So we sure hope to see you there. But in the meantime, we again have to say congratulations to all the candidates and a big thank you to the Kentucky Lions Eye Foundation and to the KABC for sponsoring and putting on this award and for doing this ceremony. It is really such a special night. And we also want to be sure to thank all of our sponsors. Again, they are so important to what we do and making sure that this event is possible. So Community Trust Bank, the Louisville Downtown Lions Club, Donate Life Kentucky, Wyatt, Tarrant and Combs, Republic Bank, Jostens, LFUCG, Prep Spin, Adventures Promotions, Audio Visual Techniques, and the Kentucky Association of Basketball Coaches. Congratulations to all of our candidates, and we'll see you on March 17th.